Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Knife Chats with Tobias. Okay, I guess this will be a look at some of the latest knives I've picked up. Most of these came from eBay. Matter of fact, all of them came from eBay except for one, and that's this one here, which is Ozark Trail. We see there, Ozark Trail, the 6-in-1 multi-tool. It's a knife, it's a flashlight, it's a fire starter, a glass breaker, a cord cutter, and a bottle opener. I have not popped this open yet, but I will eventually. Not sure what drew me to Walmart, but every time I go to Walmart, I keep looking for that Benchmade knockoff. But I've yet to be lucky enough to score one. But I saw this and I thought it was kind of intriguing. I think it was somewhere between $10 and $12, something like that. But I recently, when I was on eBay going through it, it's like, oh wow, there it is too. And this is something you can actually find on Cutlery Corner Network. It's a Defender Extreme 8.5 multi-tool or survival tool or something like that. 8.5 inches open, I guess. But you see here it has functions as a knife, a flashlight, a fire starter, a glass breaker, that would be fun, glass breaker, cord cutter, and bottle opener. So it's one of those search and rescue type of knives, but with a few extra things added on there. I have not opened it yet. Maybe I should open it. I was debating. I'm going to go ahead and open it. It'll be open for you guys. I use a knife that is a little older. This is a Cuda Marlin Spike knife. This is a Camco Cuda, again with titanium and everything else. Not a bad little knife. Kind of funky with this thing though, because there's no hole through it. This is the, usually you have that that release for the Marlin Spike back here. Notice it's got a liner lock. Let me close the blade real quick. There I go, getting off track. But it locks it really well. This is a post-2007 Camillus made, but it's in the Cuda line, and I believe it said somewhere on here Camco, but you see here German 4116 stainless. Also says titanium inside there. They got a half serrated blade. Pretty cool little knife though. The only funky thing, like I was mentioning though, is right here. There's no hole through that, and I thought, well, that's funky. How can you can't even attach a lanyard to it? Works really well to lock the spike and everything, but you can't pass a lanyard through it. But then I started goofing around with it a little bit, and you know what you can do with it though? You can break a shackle with it. Fits right over the shackle, and it holds it really snug and tight. So I don't know if that was the intention of it or not, but it does work. So you can actually loosen a shackle with it. So that's kind of cool. So this is kind of like the shackle key. Like I said, I don't know if it's intentional or not. But anyway, hit the counter. But anyway, let's get this thing open and take a look at it. Well, double thumb stud. We can see that already. This blade is very sharp. Be very careful getting it out. That probably has the cancer warning and everything else. What does it have on the back? Yeah, somewhere in there. Made in China. Okay, we knew that already. Got the little black, little plastic cover for the tip. Not a thumb stud person. I think people know that. There we go. Opens up okay. Is that the bottle opener up front there? Yeah, there's the bottle opener right there. Light. Does the light work? I saw that the light can come out. Do you have to take it out to get it to work? Does it work? What do I do? On, off. It's on, but it's not working. Battery's already dead, maybe? Turn it on. Turn it on. There's my light. There's the light. The light doesn't work. Bummer. So right off, or maybe, no, that's it. So it comes with a light that doesn't work. So that's always good. Fire steel. Big old fire steel. Probably might work. I don't know. But the light doesn't work. It's got a blade, and then the ever popular glass breaker. I'm wondering, you know, the thing is you have to go somewhere where you can break the glass to find out how it works. This is one of those things that you really need some practice with in order to know if you're going to be able to do it right or not. And then you got the wavy blade down there, the little razor blade there that I guess you can get out. The looks like you can remove the pocket clip, but you cannot flip it around, and it's obviously not a deep carry pocket clip. But it's a bummer that the flashlight doesn't work, and to tell you the truth, I'd much rather have a whistle than a fire starter. I know a lot of people love fire starters. I'd also rather have a flashlight that works. It's supposed to have a battery in there, but if it, oh, 4 of these itty bitty batteries, but whatever it's supposed to have, it doesn't have, or whatever it does have, it doesn't work. So there's the batteries for use. I wonder if I have to just, what's that? Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I spoke too soon. Okay, so there was this little piece of black plastic. Let me see here if I can do this with my camera, zoom in. Let's see, ooh, how's that? This little piece of black plastic that was between the batteries and the light. So now the light works. Look at how bright this light is. What? Okay, did you see that? There it is. There's the light. There's the light. Lights on, lights off. Lights on, lights off. That is absolutely pathetic. Now, it could be the batteries are dead, but whatever it is, it's a really pathetic light. But then what do you expect? So I cannot advise anyone worrying about picking up the Ozark Trail 6-in-1 multi-tool. Let me zoom back out. There we go. The Ozark Trail 6-in-1 multi-tool. The light is worthless, and that would be something that I would want on this thing. Any case, let's move on to other things that I picked up. As you can see, there's a lot of Marlin Spike knives here, 4 of them. Still got another one coming. This one you've already seen. This was the marbles. You're going to see a little bit more about this one soon. If you notice, now it only has 1 screwdriver tip because I filed one of them down. Got a video coming up about that in a little bit. Picked up this one. I saw this one late night scrambling through eBay, celebrating 30 years, and it's something called, let me see if I can zoom in again. Got a new camera I'm playing with, actually a new iPhone, but there you have it. Fin Feather Fur Outfitters, 1985 to 2015. I don't know if this group is still around or not, but I like the little logo there. You got the bass, the largemouth bass, you got the deer in the background, and then a goose it looks like, and then like leaves, fall leaves and everything on it. So looked really pretty, so I went ahead and grabbed it. Have no idea anything about fin, feather, and fur, but boy was it a pretty knife, so I picked it up. This one here, this is pretty cool. Looks like a Buck 110. It's made in Japan, and it is by, who is it? Precise, I think. I think I've seen one of these on Knife Detector's channel. Precise USA on the front side there, but it is 440 stainless, made in Japan, and it is a deer slayer, the original deer slayer. Is that not a pretty knife? This thing was just covered. This whole thing was nothing but green and goopy, and I mean thick, green and goopy. It was all over the place. You still got a little of the brasso on there, but it shined up really nice. So it cleaned up with no problem. It was just covered in tarnish, and if the guy would have just taken, you know, the 10 minutes to clean it up, he'd have probably got a lot more people interested in the knife. Let me back out again. The cool thing about it is the saw. Now the saw does not lock, which is unfortunate. The blade does, but it's basically a 5-inch lockback knife with a nice little wood saw on there. So I could see this, how someone could use this camping, especially to, well, not camping, if they were deer hunting or something and they had a deer stand or a deer or a tree seat up in a tree or something, and they needed to clear off a few branches or something. This would come in real handy for them. So I can see why this might be something that would be of interest to a deer hunter. I bought it because, well, I had saw it on Knife Detector's channel, and I had knife envy, so I went ahead and picked one up for myself when I saw it. It's like, wow, that's pretty cool. It looked like crap, but I thought, that's brass. It'll clean up. It'll polish up. It'll probably look great once I get it cleaned. So I took the gamble, and I paid off. Next one, the Clipper. This is by Mac. It's a company out of Italy. I've always seen these, and I thought they were looking pretty cool, so I went ahead and grabbed one finally. We see here, or do we see here? Fully tempered, made in Italy. This is where, you know, I need to do the zoom in stuff. So fully tempered, made in Italy, all stainless steel. You've got your shackle key down here, and it's kind of it's not that deep, but I guess it will work. But it's a very shallow shackle key there, and then you've got the two blades here. Now I always saw this and I thought it was pretty cool looking and interesting, but I tell you what, this part works pretty good, but then the blade is not that comfortable in your hand, not nearly as comfortable as you want. There's your bottle opener, by the way. Nice fat Marlin Spike, flat on one side though because of the shape of the handle. That part's okay. This side though feels much better, but this blade is very hard to open. And it's hard to get a good purchase on it because, well, the Marlin Spike is in the way. And I got a feeling that's why these are not as popular as you would think they would be. There we go again, stainless. Yeah. Fully serrated blade. So it's a pretty cool looking knife. Let me go back out. Pretty cool looking knife, but not nearly as, how could I say it? I don't think it works nearly as well as the more traditional layout of a Marlin Spike knife. This is a Captain Curry lock spike. Well, you see Curry lock spike Captain. They are made by Captain Curry, who is a world-class, very famous sailor out of England. He served in the Royal Navy's reserves, I think, during World War II, but he was really just known for being a great sailor. Won a Silver Star in the Olympics one year and all sorts of other stuff. But this is the lock spike, and that is because this Marlin Spike kind of sort of locks. Well, let's see here. Kind of sort of locks. Let's get it open. And what locks it is this right here. You push this down and that will lock the lock spike in place. But if you're actually using it, you almost have to keep your hand on that to keep it from coming up, because if your hand isn't there, it will break. But you hold that down, as long as you've got the thing, as long as you're holding down the bail, the spike is not going to move. So that's kind of interesting. And I don't know if that's because this one is just worn out a bit or what, because I do have other ones where once you push it down, it locks. But typically all you have to do is pop it a little bit and it will close. This is a single blade version. Well, it's got two blades. It's got the main sheep foot blade, which you see on most Marlin Spike knives. But this one has an interesting secondary blade that you normally don't see. Here's your shackle key on here, and that is larger and deeper, so you can actually get in there and break it. But here we have something interesting, because you have a flathead screwdriver and a bottle opener. Not something you normally see there. You usually see, well, a can opener. So this is pretty cool, I thought, to see if someone was actually thinking, I'd rather have a bottle opener and a screwdriver on my Marlin Spike knife than a can opener. So that was a pretty cool alternative for the Marlin Spike knife. The Curry lock spike. I've got another Curry knife that should be coming soon, but it hasn't shown up yet. And then finally, just picked up this one here. This is a Camillus. This is also post 2007, so made in China, Marlin Spike knife. This is the third of the Camillus post 2000 Marlin Spike knives I bought. I also have the one in bamboo, which is really nice. But the blade looks a little small. This has got Aus-8 steel in it. See there, Aus-8. And it's got the titanium coating over the Aus-8. Got almost really a frame lock, but you have the bamboo covers over the frame lock. Really good lock up there. And the spike also locks up great. It's sad for me to say this. I hate to say this, but I'm really impressed with the post-2007 Marlin Spike knives by Camillus. They really did a fantastic job with them. I know they're made in China. I know they're not made in USA, but I really can't fault these knives. They're really well made. The main reason I don't have a lot more post-2007 Camillus knives is most of what they make are ugly fixed blades and ugly modern folders that I really just don't like the way they look. But their Marlin Spike knives have proven to be a winner with me. So it's not that I don't trust their knives, it's I don't like what they look like. So maybe sometime in the near future. Let me get this one out. This one is in G10. It's got a much wider blade on this one, even wider than this one. So it's got a nice wide sheepfoot blade. Again, it looks like you've got a frame lock going here with G10 covers over it. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty smooth. That is one you can definitely just pinch and drop. Yeah, that is something you can definitely open one-handed and close one-handed, especially if you're right-handed. This thing, yeah, there's a little bit of a detent there, ever so slight detent. So the blade will lock down, but I tell you what, all you got to do is pinch and drop. The weight of it is enough that it's going to open one-handed. So that's pretty good. This is your well, you could use it for a lanyard, I think. I don't think you could use it for shackles. Yeah, no way for shackles. Maybe, nope, not really. This, because, yeah, it's got too much play in it for a shackle, but what it is a bottle opener. So you've got a bottle opener there, but that is also your spike release. So kind of wide there. Kind of feels good, though. Drop it down, you got your spike in place. Pull back up on it, and it's released. And looks like you've got torque screws holding this in place and everything. You got the little Camillus dagger there. So that looks pretty good too. I'll give a more fuller review on some of these in the near future, but thought I'd give you a quick look at them. I guess it was a little bit longer than I thought. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you again soon. Let me take just a second to thank you once again for dropping by and spending a few minutes here at Knife Chats with Tobias. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate any comments that you leave. So please remember to give me that thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the next episode is up and running. Thanks again for dropping by. Really do appreciate your time here.